Good morning to you. This is Joseph Page. I'll always be true. Waking up is awesome to do. Welcome to the Hemet Beat Daily Show. Wait, podcast. I gotta keep that in my mind. This is the Hemet Beat podcast, not the Hemet Beat Daily Show anymore. Why? Because the Daily Show would run all every single day, all week long. But now we are, see here, turn this up a bit. Bam, bam, bam. Check. Yeah, we are working at making this podcast happen. It's a lot less rigorous. And our phone number here is 951-305-0999. Check. All right. Sorry about that. Lost volume there for a moment. But we're back. We're good. All right. Now, let's go ahead and seeing as how I was not able to put together a full on show for you all today, you're going to have to forgive me as we run through some things and figure out what today's show is going to be. I do need to get prepared for a recording session. I'll be at the studio today. And I did not put on my shirt. I cannot let you guys see all this lusciousness. So until we get that shirt on, why don't you enjoy a little bit of today is Wellness Wednesday. See what track we're gonna play. YouTube. I'm going for YouTube. YouTube. Music that moves the valley. And Wellness Wednesday. Let's see here. What's a good track for Wellness Wednesday? Scrolling. How about Walking in Your Victory, the Purpose Girls? Pull that off. Alright, and it is muted, of course. There we go. And of course, the volume is down here.
Is you walking in your victory? Yes, sir. Using what is your foundation? His word. See, you gotta let your spirit man emerge. Well, I don't know how you do that. Where you gonna learn? Where you gonna learn? Where you gonna learn? How you do that? Where you gonna learn? How you do that? Where you gonna learn? Is you walking in your victory? Yes, sir. Using what is your foundation? His word. See, you gotta let your spirit man emerge. Well, I don't know how you do that. Where you gonna learn? Let me talk to you real quick. Laced in the word, walking in deliverance. Foundation sitting firm, this what the business is. Sold out, and this God is my witness. Okay, and we play no games. Hands down, no why, cause we unashamed. No boasting, just bold in Christ. On fire for the Lord like fuel ignite. Amped up, but at the same time I simmer down. I tell my flesh, and then my spirit loud. Am I walking in my victory? I'm wearing the crown because my Father is the King, and I know that now. Moving in my faith, devil get up out my face, all up on my back, trying to tear me down, but he can't. I know you hit it, so quit fighting your flesh, moving your spirit. Is you walking in your victory? Yes, sir. Using what is your foundation? His word. See, you gotta let your spirit man emerge. Well, I don't know how you do that. Where you gonna learn? Knock, knock. Special delivery. It's the Lord thy God, and he here to give you victory. Look, my life used to be flatline. Now I'm living my life and I'm baptized. Hand in the sky like I'm hitting my name. Hey, I'm just praising, but to them I look crazy. Praying hard to the Holy Spirit. Slay man, I ain't talking about death. I'm talking about rest, get it off my chest. Okay, yeah, I had to break up out imprisonment, and now I'm fighting with Muhammad in the militant. Devil always been a rockabye, baby, I'm killing the flesh. Is you walking in your victory? Yes, sir. Using what is your foundation? His word. See, you gotta let your spirit man emerge. Well, I don't know how you do that. Where you gonna learn? Where you gonna learn? Where you gonna learn? How you do that? Where you gonna learn? How you do that? Where you gonna learn? Is you walking in your victory? Yes, sir. Using what is your foundation? His word. See, you gotta let your spirit man emerge. Well, I don't know how you do that. Where you gonna learn? Where you gonna learn? Where you gonna learn? How you do that? Where you gonna learn? How you do that? Where you gonna learn? Where you gonna learn?
Okay, Cuba Swift. This is the Hemet Beat. Phone number 95130509997. And email is thehemitbeat at gmail.com. I am your host, Joseph Mikael Page. This is my way of giving back to the community. I am a digital media specialist, which means I seek things to advertise, promote, put out there for the people that will help somebody in the long run. I need to move these headphones out of my way. They're blocking the screen. Excuse me. All right, let's see here. Move those and turn this off. There we go. Man, seriously, been working hard today. I want to give a huge shout out to one of my spiritual mothers. Okay, she is over 80 years old. Yesterday, when I woke up, today is Wellness Wednesday. I woke up to somebody had passed away. Uh, Mr. Jesse Jackson, Pastor Jesse Jackson, had passed away, the Reverend. And it hit me. It hit me to the point where I realized, I had heard the name and I had saw some different things that was, being said about him. And one of the key things that I heard was he ain't changed anything. And not in those polite words. There was some other words that they used. And I said, wow, what what did he do to upset you? And that was my question. So I decided to look up some of his speeches. And the most prominent speech was when he ran for presidency in 1988. So I listened to the whole thing. I ran it live on the Hemet Beat, and I was just surprised at what I heard and what he stood for, and the equality, the fight, and everything. And he mentioned lesbians, gays. He mentioned the blacks, the whites, the browns, the Asians, and he mentioned how we should come together and Reaganomics and some of the things that are happening to this day that were going on so long ago. So when that person said that, I realized that what, he may had not changed anything in some people's lives, but definitely in my life he had changed something. I just got a phone call or a message from a buddy of mine. He's probably looking to hang out. Let's see what's up with Tyrone Holliness, another one of my favorite people on the planet.
What's up?
Hey, what's going on, Mr. Holliness? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, I'm doing well. You are live on the Hemet Beat right now. I decided that I'd give you a ring since you sent me a message. I didn't want to leave you hanging. And since you're one of my favorite people anyway, I said, you know what? Let's go ahead and bring him live on the Hemet Beat and see what Mr. Holliness has to say.
Good morning to everyone,
All right, all
and I
right.
hope all is well. What's up?
All is well on my side of the earth. So what I was talking about before I called you was what changed my trajectory yesterday. Okay, so when I woke up, I got a I saw immediately as I prepared the Hemet beat that Jesse Jackson had passed away. And
Mhm.
I never, I've heard the name, I've heard a lot of slander on the man. A lot of people said that he was for show, he was this and that, the celebrity pastor, and I believe the only reason that Martin Luther King didn't get those same accolades is because he died at such a young age, and Jesse lived long enough that he did start getting persecuted for his fame. You
Mhm.
see what I'm saying? That came out of the civil rights movement. And I had never, as a child, okay, so he ran for president in 1988. I was born in 1979. So by the time he was running for president, Reaganomics and all of that stuff, they didn't that didn't concern me. We didn't really watch politics on the screen. I was in a household where the 80s crack epidemic had basically taken over our household, and there was major dysfunction in we were in Linwood at that time, Linwood, California. So, what do you do? Do you remember Jesse Jackson?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm a little older than you, so I remember. I won't say a lot of things about Jesse Jackson, but I do remember a few things. He had his flaws. He had things that people brought up that kind of tore him down a little bit, and rightfully so. I hear he had a. And let me say this: I've never met him, so I don't know him personally, but I hear he had a baby, during his marriage and other things that he was into. And so when you're a pastor of the church and you trying to run for president, that's baggage. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it no other way. That's just baggage. When you it's bad enough you cheating on your wife. Now you get the woman pregnant. Um, so it's just too much. It was just too much baggage with Jesse Jackson. And I think that's why he kind of fell off after, you might as well say, about 50 years old. Nobody, you couldn't believe in what he was doing and what he was saying because it was just too much controversy.
Wow. Okay, thank you for shedding a little more light. Now I get to see things from your perspective as well. But like I said, I was too young to know who he was. But yesterday I did broadcast um, his presidential speech from 1988 across the Hemet beat.
Oh, okay.
And I heard what he stood for at that time through what I read, or through what I listened to, and I was floored by some of the things that he was saying, and he interpreted unto me what Reaganomics really is. And
Yeah,
I
I
said,
don't know too much about Reaganomics.
well, you know what? Why don't we, since we're talking about it, and since the day is going this way, today is Wellness Wednesday on the Hemet Beat. Let's take a look and see what is a good definition for Reaganomics, meaning and description. Give me some bullet points.
You asking me?
No, I'm looking it up on
Oh.
Gemini right now. Reaganomics refers to the economic policies promoted by the U.S. President Ronald Reagan during the 1980s, which were designed to combat stagflation. I never heard of that.
Okay.
A high inflated and high unemployment by reducing government involvement in the economy, lowering taxes, and curbing inflation, often referred to as supply side or trickle down. Economics that approach proposed approach proposed that an economic approach that proposed that lowering taxes on business and corporations would stimulate investment, spur economic growth, and ultimately benefit all income levels. Okay, so from what I understand from Jesse Jackson's teaching yesterday, was that he reduced taxes for the rich, those that owned businesses and things like that, but raised taxes on the um, people that were in the inner cities, especially black communities and things like that, which caused those. It took from the poor to give to the rich. Now, does that
Hmm.
sound familiar to you at all?
Uh, it sounds familiar, but I don't know if that's truly what happened. Um, I think that you know, rich people have learned how to just avoid taxes. That's all it comes down to. Um, Knowing that your tax preparers and getting somebody who knows what they're doing. That's all it comes down to. If you know somebody who knows how to get you past a lot of these things, whether you're rich or poor.
Yeah. Yeah, but he mentioned this inside of his presidential speech. Then he talked about something that it reverberated once again. He spoke on NWA. What NWA said inside the movie, that well, we're not manufacturing base and growing cocaine plants in our backyards. So how is the cocaine getting to our neighborhood so it can become rock? Then
Right.
also, we're not manufacturing guns, but we can get the same guns that they have in NATO across the counter at a gun store in Los Angeles.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And that brings me to wanting to look up Ice Cube, and it just basically, like I said, it changed my trajectory and what I had going on with the Hemet beat to a whole nother stance, because I know that Jesse Jackson was a major figure,
Oh yeah.
so I needed to know, well, who is this man? And now, segueing over to Ice Cube, what do you know about Ice Cube?
Oh, I grew up listening to his music. I think Ice Cube is about. He's only probably about 3 years older than me, so we pretty much grew up in the same exact era, same exact neighborhoods. And even though just like Jackson, I've never met Ice Cube, but a lot of the things he said in his music, I can relate to.
Oh, you're breaking up really bad. Hello?
Why?
Hello, hello, hello. Hello?
Hello?
Oh, okay, there you go. You're coming back. Okay. Yeah, you broke up for
Can
about 30 seconds there.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's still kind of going in and out. You know what I find is pretty amazing as well right now. I just looked him up on Google, right? And do you know what his last name is?
Jackson. You, hey, you want to hear something even more funny?
What's that?
Ice Cube has a song where he's talking about Jesse Jackson.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
I know the song very well.
now is he bad mouthing Jesse Jackson?
Oh yeah, he
Oh
tells
yeah.
Jesse he basically he tells Jesse Jackson in this song in simple words, put a rubber on and shut the hell up.
And for you people out there that don't know what a rubber is, you might be past your generation. A rubber is a prophylactic, something to help prevent birth of a child that that's not necessarily what's intended. So that's what a rubber is. That's education coming from Tyrone Hollis today.
Look, I have to use the exact words that Ice Cube used.
Well, if you were to use all of those words, we'd have to bleep the Hemet beat.
What? Oh yeah. You might just hang up on me and say, let me get him off the phone.
Hey, you know what? I was done after No Vaseline. I was a kid, right? And we sitting here listening to this funky beat, and it's like, yeah, yeah. Now I'm 40 something, and I'm like, oh, that's what he was saying. That's terrible.
Oh.
Hey, I couldn't believe it when I understood what he was saying about Easy E and the rest of the NWA. And what was the guy's name? Let's go ahead and take a look. Who helped Easy E start the? Okay, let's see if it shows up. Jerry Heller. Jerry Heller. All right, let's see here. Jerry Heller, the mogul at the center of NWA's success and split dies. BBC.
Yeah.
So he died. Let's go ahead and open this up in a new link and see Mr. Jerry Heller, best known for. Jerry Heller, the mogul at the center of NWA's success and split dies. This is an image of the man. Says Jerry Heller, the music manager who helped take hip hop group NWA to the mainstream, has died at the age of 75. Heller helped launch Ruthless Records and rapper Eazy E and managed NWA as they released their landmark debut album Straight Outta Compton in 1988. So
Yeah, that sounds about right.
that's a little bit about Jerry Heller. At that same time that he was helping NWA in 1988, also Mr. Jesse Jackson was running for president. Very interesting. So now you have O'Shea Jackson, which is also a Jackson, and all I can think in my mind, Mr. Holland, is that the Jackson plantation must have been so huge and filled with very capable, talented individuals that whoever the plantation owner was, he's got Michael Jackson, he's got O'Shea Jackson, he's got Jesse Jackson, you know, and we're
Yeah.
not that far removed from slavery as it stands.
Oh no, we're not that far removed.
You know what I'm saying?
We're not that far removed at all.
And I also, ladies and gentlemen, I do want you to know as we go ahead, it's a 8:23. I'm going to pay a bill while I have the man on the line. Okay, so if you don't know who Tyrone Hollis is, he is the owner of multiple businesses, and he is not only a considered sponsor for the Hemet Beat, he supports us here, but he's also a friend. I would consider him friend. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at his newest venture right now. He's got a couple of them up here. So let's take a look at Ground Vision. Ground Vision. And let's see here. Ground Vision. Enter. There it is. Ground Vision is with Darlene Lovelux. She's a whole nother entity, and I do believe one of the greatest supporting roles in Tyrone Hollis' life is Darlene Hollis. So Ground Vision, as you can see right here on your screen, this belongs to Mr. Hollins. Mr. Hollins, would you like to tell us about Ground Vision?
So you say you want to know about ground vision?
Well, yeah, right now your Facebook page is up with Ground Vision on it, and we're showing people in real time what Ground Vision is.
Okay, so Ground Vision is a freight and cargo company. Basically, Ground Vision moves freight across the United States um, by truck, by transportation.
Right, so we got this image right here, and it's got Is this the new truck that you picked up right here? The new flatbed trailer hauler? What do you
Yes,
call it?
it's a deck over trailer. They call it a deck over, or most people call it a flatbed trailer. It's called a deck over because the top of the deck it's higher than the wheels.
Oh, okay.
So that's why
So
it's called a deck over.
okay, and now what are you able to haul on this trailer?
Anything except hazardous materials. Um,
Okay.
and I could haul hazardous materials. That's just another license you have to get. I really don't want to mess with hazardous materials, but
Right.
besides hazardous materials, I'll be able to haul anything.
Yes, you remember the swamp thing, right?
Yeah,
We don't
yeah, I
we
remember
don't
that.
we don't want to see Mr. Holliness turn into the toxic Avenger. So let's keep it unhazardous.
I agree. I agree.
All right, it says to all the shippers and brokers at Ground Vision Inc., we aren't just looking for the next load. We are looking to build long-term, reliable partnerships, and we believe in the grit it takes to keep the supply chain moving, and we want to be the carrier you can count on week after week. So he's looking for some stable business. If you need something hauled week after week, Mr. Holland is here to haul for you. That was posted just about 10 hours ago, letting you know he's extremely active. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I know we've taken up a lot of time, but we did get a chance to put one of our peoples in there. And today is Wellness Wednesday here on the Hemet Beat. So, Mr. Hollowness, do you still have more time?
Oh yeah, I got some time.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and play one of these tracks, and then after the track plays, we'll get back to Tribe and Grit so they can understand how it fits into Wellness Wednesday.
Oh yeah, Wellness Wednesday.
Hey, Mireya,
What, Dad?
come over here.
What's up?
Yo, let me ask you a question. What are we not?
We are not for sale.
Leave the kids alone. They are not for sale. Leave the kids alone. They are not for sale. Leave the kids alone. They are not for sale. They are not for sale.
We are not for sale.
Leave the kids alone. They are not for sale. Leave the kids alone. They are not for sale. Leave the kids alone. They are not for sale. They are not for sale.
We are not for sale.
The sound of freedom was heard. The time has come, let's get it. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Forged in the furnace of minor attracted people. I had an uncle they warned me about who had a history. And everybody knew, wasn't no mystery. I swept that hurt under a rug and shut my lying mouth. I lived with that shame, shoved it all the way down. Regurgitated hate for maps. My GPS was broken. Lost, lonely, and hopeless. I chose the broken road that led me to these waterfalls. Father, weaken my knees. I'm feeling like a scrub. But then a pigeon descended from above and told me I was his. Leave the kids alone. They are not for
Yeah,
sale.
you gotta be quiet,
Leave the
though.
kids
You know
alone.
the music.
They are not for sale. Leave the kids alone. They are not for sale. They are not for sale.
We are not for sale.
Leave the kids alone. They are not for sale. Leave the kids alone. They are not for sale. Leave the kids alone. They are not for sale. They are not for sale.
We are not for sale.
You hearing us now? The sound of a nation whose children you target. We're coming for your kids. We're coming for your kids. Ain't that what y'all shouted during y'all pride parade? Try that in a small town, Buster, and see how far you get. It'd be a cold day in hell with a chance of flurries. The way it's all mapped out to your final destination. Hell in the cell eternity. Your flames keep playing these games. Finna meet Lucy today. They lurk behind the scenes, controlling what your children see. They not safe in their school. You need a call for action. Protect them from these weirdos and all these soul assassins. Better to have a stone fastened around your neck and drown. Pound for pound, they're worth their weight in gold. And the Lord said that they are priceless. Leave these kids alone. Because the children of God,
We are not for sale.
leave the kids alone. They are not for sale. Leave the kids alone. They are not for sale. Leave the kids alone. They are not for sale. They are not for sale.
We are not for sale.
Leave the kids alone. They are not for sale. Leave the kids alone. They are not for sale. Leave the kids alone. They are not for sale. They are not for sale.
We are not for sale.
Yes. That is one of my favorite tracks. This is the Hemet beat. You are tuned into Wellness Wednesday. We were taken for a loop, thrown for a loop when we found out that Jesse Jackson, the Reverend Jesse Jackson, had passed away yesterday. So this is Black History Month, and far be it from myself to not represent Black History. Our phone number here is 951-305-0997. Once again, that's 951-305-0997. And we are on the line with Mr. Tyrone Holland. Tyrone, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
All right, there he is. All right, so another venture that he has, which brought us together. We have two things that bonded us. One being brother to brother. Okay, so I know I got some work to do with cleaning up some of the brother to brother stuff. But let me see if I can find us a some of the pictures from the last time we were together at brother to brother. Oh, shouldn't be too far. Let's see here. And then that'll give people a visual as to who Mr. Tyrone Hollis is as well. Oh, there goes us at the wedding expo. We got a chance to do that awesome wedding expo. Here you are at the let's start here. Let's start here. This is good. All right. So I'm going to disappear on you guys again so that you can see uh some of this stuff that I got on Mr. Holliness. Now let's see here. That is the C2C Children's Conference, right? Children's Network Conference. That's what it was called, right?
Yep.
Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to type some of this stuff in. I want to find the Children's Network Conference itself. Children's Network Conference. Shouldn't be that hard. Thumbing through photo albums. You know how many photo albums I have, man. This is crazy. Oh man. A B C. There it is.
D E
Children's.
F G.
All right, we're learning together. All right, so here you go. Children's Network Conference. This is Mr. Holliness and I. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and play this video. Hopefully it plays. And how you doing there, buddy?
I'm doing good.
Ontario eggs? Yeah.
Convention eggs.
Convention eggs, very conventional. Let me go get me a fork.
You might need that. By the way, how y'all doing? How you doing today?
Good, thank you.
Well, as you can see, they don't have any paper napkins. Very bougie here at the convention center.
Yeah. Very.
Even shiny silverware. I like that.
Not even plastic.
All right, so my plate is not all that pretty. Maybe I should try to dress it up.
And then what about the
All right.
Take it
Here, so we're watching. Yeah, that's how we looking for convention center breakfast. Some people are just major foodies, you know. I'm not gonna hold the camera on you while you eat, because some people don't like that. Me myself, I don't like it either, but people love it.
Well, watching people eat.
Yep. Melon. Um,
Yeah, Mr. Holliday. So I'm sitting here watching us have breakfast over at the Children's Network conference, and as I was saying in the video, that people love to watch people eat. And you have a fine piece of bacon there in your hand.
You know what? You want to know something? You brought up bacon. I went somewhere and got some bacon and told them to cook my bacon soft, and they had my bacon so crispy. I was so upset, but I just had to let it go. I just had to get that off my chest.
You know what? Where is that place so we can boycott
No, no, I ain't gonna say the name of the place.
it?
You know why? I'll tell you this. The place was a great place. It's a very nice establishment. The food was actually good. They just didn't cook my bacon soft. Either the lady didn't hear me when I told her, or the chef didn't get the message. Something happened with that bacon getting cooked soft.
That's right. That's right. Well, you know what? We'll pray for him, and hopefully the bacon will come out right next time.
Yeah, man,
But
I like my bacon cooked soft.
okay, okay. Burned to a crisp is not good for anybody. But as you can see, also right here in these images, these are some pictures of Mr. Holliness over at the he's working the table at the Children's Network conference. Now, have we been in touch with them to do anything for anything in the future? Is Tribe and Grit coming back at all?
I actually, it's crazy you mentioned that. I got an email maybe about a week or two ago, bringing up this year's conference and just seeing if I have interest in doing it.
Okay, so have you replied? Are we gonna do it?
More than likely, yes. I need to. They didn't. I don't remember the date. I need to check the date. But yeah, I did get an email about a little bit less than 2 weeks ago. So right now I'm leaning towards doing it.
Okay,
Why you want
and
to do it?
of course, of course. I mean, we got to have this stuff under our belt. We got ASL here. We got First Five, Lucretia Dowdy right here. She's doing major things in the game. Big shouts out to Miss Lucretia with her wonderfully big hair.
Oh yeah.
And then I mean, so many different people that we got the chance to meet. We did some commercials for them. We got the ROTC right here. We never posted this. We need to go on and take this and drop this one right here. I'm gonna download it right now, as a matter of fact, and then I'm gonna put it up so that we can go ahead and get that cleaned up in Photoshop. But yeah, so what are the hopes for Tribe and Grit?
The hopes for Tribe and Grit. Tribe and Grit will be doing two, maybe three, but two major events this year. That'll be happening this year. We'll be giving out. I think my wife is going to give out one scholarship to someone to help with either some books or some dorms or to give out some money. Going to do that this year, and then we have something else coming up for Tribe and Grit, but I can't talk about that yet because I want to make sure the person that I'm trying to do this collaboration with, I want to make sure they're on board before I announce it.
Okay. Well, right now, up in front of you, ladies and gentlemen, we have Welcome to Tribe in Grit. This is tribeandgrit.com. It says building resilience, cultivating strength, and empowering success. And to the right, you see lovely Darlene Hollins. She is a amazing gifted woman. She can do ASL. She's got businesses under her. She's a teacher, right? Am I correct about that?
Counselor, she's a counselor,
She's a
college
counselor,
counselor.
a college counselor, and I'm sure many other things that we just don't know. One of the exceptional things about Miss Darlene is that she is hearing and born to a family of deaf individuals, correct?
Yes, that is correct. Her mother and father were deaf.
Okay, so I'm gonna read this to you, ladies and gentlemen. It says about Tribe and Grit. It says Tribe and Grit is a community based nonprofit organization dedicated to strengthening resilience, access, and opportunity for youth and adults through education, mentorship, and systems navigation. We partner with schools, colleges, workforce programs, and community organizations to support individuals and families as they navigate pathways to personal, academic, and career success. That's already beautiful. It says our approach centers culturally responsive support, relationship building, and practical resources that help people move forward with confidence. Tribe and Grit serves individuals from diverse backgrounds and lived experiences across Los Angeles, the Inland Empire, and Orange County. So that is tribeandgrit.com if you want to check them out. Tyrone Holliness, Darlene Holliness, and again, the way that me and Mr. Holliness came across each other was through the brother to brother event. Now, me and Mr. Holliness was able to meet each other on a Zoom call about a year ago now, and we've been working together steady to water the seed that was planted by Mr. John Epps and grow this beautiful relationship that we've been able to attain. Mr. Holliness, would you like to speak on brother to brother a little bit?
Yeah, I love to. So I don't know if most people know, but Brother to Brother is a group of. It's a group where black men get together and we're able to talk about what is ever on our mind. And let me say this: even though it's a group for black men, you don't have to be black to come. You can be of any race. Um, but Brother to Brother is great. It's great for me because I'm able to express my thoughts, not be judged. I can say whatever's on my mind, and I can get constructive criticism if needed. Um, so I love being part of Brother to Brother. It's one of those organizations that I'll probably be a part of Brother to Brother until I die.
Yes, and it's something else about brother to brother is I uh, I love to find heart. I call them heart sponsors. You know, sponsors of the heart. They make
Yeah,
my life better.
yes.
And I'm grateful to Mr. Epps and building resilient communities. Now, do you remember the name of the person that runs building resilient communities? I
No,
know it's
I don't remember the name.
Deborah Johnson. Is it Deborah Johnson? No, that's RUHS. But yes, building resilient communities. I'll take a look at that in just a moment, and we'll find some brother to brother stuff as well. But I'm going through some of my paper. Here we go. And then we have a message from Mr. John Epps right here. Let's go ahead and turn this volume. He is the fearless leader over Brother to Brother in the Inland Empire. Mr. John, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. Thank you very much, Joseph.
Okay, and our question is what is Brother to Brother?
Brother to Brother provides a safe space for black men to come together, to be able to have fellowship, to be able to just feel comfortable that they're not going to be judged, and to just uh, begin to have the peace of mind that goes with knowing that I am welcome, I am accepted, I am seen, and I am listened to. And so we enjoy being with one another because today um,
we can find solutions in each other that none of us could do by ourselves. So when we come together as brother to brother, it's truly an opportunity for each one of us to grow, to find peace, and to really support one another.
Okay, but summed up in a very few words, you said it earlier. Can you go ahead and repeat that tagline? It was, uh,
A
it's a
safe
safe.
place is brother to brother is a safe space for black men to come together where they know they will not be judged.
Thank you so much, Mr. Epps. We appreciate you.
Brother to
Okay,
brother
so this
is a
is
safe
Mr. John
space.
Epps. He is the fear.
A safe space where black men can come together, be themselves, and not be judged.
Yes, it is.
Right?
Yes, it
So
is.
now it's so many situations though. I mean, it's kind of hard to keep the judgment out of what we're building. You know what I'm saying? Like, so even though
I,
we say that, is it truly the space where you won't be judged?
I will
Uh,
say this for me, I don't judge. I don't go there to judge people. For me, because if I'm there spending my time judging you, that means my stuff ain't must not be right. I think real adults, especially real men, you don't go there to judge. You go there to either you trying to work on yourself or you trying to help somebody else. If you're there to judge people, you're not going to get nowhere yourself. And I'm sure there are people. Nobody's perfect. Some people do have their opinions about others, and they probably keep it to themselves. But it's about going there and getting something out of it for yourself and giving something back to somebody else who might need it. That's what brother to brother is about.
yeah, yeah, I agree. And I was just wondering, what your thought might been on the fact that people are just judgmental, but
Uh,
this
you
one,
want to know
this
my thought on that?
what's that, sir?
Don't even worry about it.
Don't
I'm
even
sure
worry
I get
about it.
judged. Yeah, I'm sure I get judged every day, Joseph. Every day. Somebody ain't liking me. Somebody might like me. Somebody looking at me saying, well, why he got on them old okras he got on all the time. I know I get judged every day, and I don't care. I really don't.
Yeah,
If you spending all your time worried about me and judging me, then you falling behind in your own life.
right, right, right. Well, we have some pretty remarkable individuals, and in the demographics that we all have come out of. I know there's been a few different demographics that we come out of, and
Hmm.
to be able to be here at the brother to brother meetings and love on one another and talk about the different things that are going on in our lives and mentor each other, it's just an awesome blessing and an opportunity to be able to do that. I need to do some cleanup on the brother to brother page, but let's go ahead and check out. All right, as I said, I call them heart sponsors. So this is
Hmm.
building resilient communities. All right, building resilient communities. We're following them, and they've got some good. Uh, they got a good banner up here. I like that. Okay, 500 strong, but we need to help build that. 35 minutes ago, they just posted for Mr. Reverend Jesse Jackson, and some of these images look very. Um, they look like they were taken by somebody that knew him. They don't look like they were stock photos. And I wouldn't doubt it with the community that is a part of building resilient communities. And her name is Deborah Williams. That's her name.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Deborah Williams posted all of these images, and I think I'm going to send her over a message. Let's see if it will still pick up my voice while we're on the phone. Hi, Miss Williams. This is Joseph Mikael Page with the Hemet Beat. I just wanted to reach out to you, let you know how grateful we are for these images of Jesse Jackson that you shared. God bless you, and I hope all is well in your life. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and send that. Looks like it picked up. Hi, Miss Williams. Yes, it did pick up. All right, let's see here. There we go. Miss Deborah Williams. And yeah, we're gonna get some nice images of brother to brother over to her. I think I'm gonna send her a rough of some of the images that I just pulled off the internet. But do you do you understand the relationship between brother to brother and building resilient communities, Mr. Hollidas?
No, that would be a John Epps question or a Jonathan question. I couldn't explain that relationship, but I know that relationship is it is the link between everything. It's a major link.
Right.
So yeah, you would have to ask John Epps that question. He could way better explain that. If I explain that, I would be making up half my answers.
Oh, I understand, and I respect the fact that you respect that limitation and didn't just try to throw it out there.
Right, right. I'm not going to do that. Uh,
Right.
but what I
So,
will tell you is this. I will tell you this real quickly. Deborah Williams is an amazing lady. Very
okay.
amazing and very passionate about what she's doing.
So you've met her before?
Yes, yes, I
Okay.
have. Uh,
Okay. So I'm pulling up our pictures now, and I'm gonna go ahead and start sending them over to her. I'm gonna give her some images from brother to brother that she may or may have not ever seen.
oh, okay.
And let's see here. Edit with photos. Gotta turn. I gotta transform all these images. I'm just sitting here going through stuff, and like I said, every Black History Month. This is the second Black History Month that the Hemet Beat has had a chance to participate uh, with brother to brother. And the second Black History Month that we've gotten. And when I first started this thing, I'm gonna tell you the honest to God truth. I was criticized by my dad as why are you always doing stuff for the white man? What about your black people? Right? And I said,
Mhm.
well, you know, I I don't I don't know. I've been conditioned by the college that I went to, and not to mention the trauma that I suffered in the inner cities as I was growing up, that I steered away from my black community because they didn't really embrace me like that. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
he's like, well, it's Black History Month. You got to do something for your people, basically. And I'm like, okay, so how do I do this? And then that began my journey into Umoja, and all of the different historical things that have to do with black people. And honestly, it kind of shook me a little bit when as it pertains to my Christianity.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, uh, well, what about these? All this power that was inside of Africa, and all you got voodoo, you got hoodoo. Let's go ahead and do a real search on it real quick. Watch this. All right. What are the different forms of magic that came out of Africa with slavery? Different forms of worship and gods.
How
Okay,
many answers you get?
I got enslaved Africans brought a diverse range of spiritual practices, magical traditions, and beliefs from West and Central Africa to the Americas. These traditions, often forced underground by the slave codes, blended with Christianity, indigenous practices, and European folklore to create new syn- syncretic religions and folk magic systems that served as tools for resistance, healing, and spiritual protection. And as it says right there on the top, primary forms of magic and spiritual practices: hoodoo, conjure, root work. Primarily, it says primarily in the United States, this is a form of African American folk magic, hoodoo is, and spirituality rather than an organized religion. It is rooted in West Central African traditions, specifically Bakongo and Fawn, and focuses on practical daily life results such as healing, protection from enslavers, love, or luck, using roots, herbs, graveyard dirt, and minerals. Okay, then you have Obe. Okay, Obe, prevalent in the British West Indies. This practice involves magic spells, the use of talismans, talismans, obe bags, and communication with spirits to bring about good or evil. Then you have voodoo or voodoo, that is Louisiana and Haiti, a syncretic religion that blends West African voodoo or voodoo, specifically from the Dome region, modern Benin, with Roman Catholicism. So it is highly organized, focusing on the worship of spirits known as Loe and Lua. All right, and then it has some more developed in Brazil. This is candombala, something like that. Can, candomblé, candomblé. All right, uh, developed in Brazil. This religion venerates spirits known as Orixás, who are associated with Roman Catholic saints and represent forces of nature. Then one of the last one is the Centauri, all right, and Lucimi. This is developed in Cuba. This tradition blends Yoruba beliefs with Roman Catholicism, focusing on the worship of Orishas. Okay, so they got a bunch of magic, hoodoo, voodoo, and spell casting going on in multiple regions, that came out of the enslaved that came over from Africa. And it's like, okay, so God, who do I serve? And that's where you have to decide. Uh, well, when they're calling on these spirits, all of these things. Okay, you got Roman Catholicism mentioned multiple times, and mixtures of Christianity and calling on spirits and things like that. None of these guys sound like they can hold a candle to what the Holy Spirit is able to do.
Okay.
You
So,
know, what's up?
hmm so I was gonna say. So, what is? It sounds confusing. Um, what is? What is? I'm trying to figure out how I want to say this. What's my question? So, when you read all of that, what is your take from that?
Well, when I read everything that I just read, I realized that they're very superstitious. They're calling on spirits. Okay,
Hmm.
but I do believe that the spirits are real. I believe in a supernatural world, that we are not the only thing walking this planet. We might be, face to face, we can see each other, but I know that there are other spirits out there. I'm not so foolish as to say that, Satan doesn't exist. you know,
Right.
there is some evil stuff out there, and I didn't see some people do some real evil stuff.
Yes, I agree with you on that.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't seen orgies. I didn't seen all kind of
Oh.
stuff. You know what I'm saying? Happening, and it's like, okay, the spirit in that room was definitely unholy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
The
yeah.
lust inside of the eyes, the way that people were talking to, the seductive parts of the whole situation. And then after it was all over, the feeling of overwhelming guilt, sadness, and destruction that I felt.
Oh,
So I know
that's
that,
okay.
and I know that with what I believe in Christ and what I believe with the Holy Spirit, and when I read His Bible and I keep all that kind of stuff out of my vicinity and out of my home and away from me, I feel so much better. I feel so blessed. I'm a happy man.
Yeah, you should be. You stay away from that. Yeah, stay away from that.
Right, but even though, okay, so at the times that I wasn't involved inside of these different orgies or violence and street brawls, or getting drunk inside of um the taverns, or hanging out inside the clubs, and all of the other stuff, desiring to be a part of a world that I just never fit into. Even when I walked away from that stuff and I had no relationship with Jesus, that I could really say, me and the Holy Spirit kick it like we do today, I still felt empty. I never found peace. I never found fulfillment,
Why do you think that is?
because Jesus was missing. That holy aspect was missing from my life, and it's what I've been created for.
Okay. Okay. And you know what? And it's good that you realize what was missing from your life. A lot of times, people don't know what's missing from their lives, and they don't even search for it, what they're missing, and that's why their lives are not whole. We all should be trying to figure out what are we missing in our life, especially spiritually. But we should figure out what are we missing in our life and what do we need to do to get that in our life to improve our life. That's why a lot of people are running around here, like they say, a chicken with their head cut off, no direction. The great thing about spirituality, it gives you direction in life. It gives you a purpose. It gives you something to look forward to, something to become great at. And that's what I love about spirituality and the higher power.
Right. I mean, if I'm looking for, it's a lot of religions and things out there that, there is no promise of an eternal life. Yeah, I get the opportunity to seek after something that promises me something eternal, when nobody that I've met, that when it's time for them to die, they did not want to die. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I still want to live on. I can't believe I'm dying. Nobody wants to die. But I have a promise that, hey, yeah, you're gonna die, but I promise you eternity with your faith in my son Jesus Christ and the work that he did with his bloodshed on the cross. Receive the Holy Spirit, and you'll be filled with supernatural power that will assure you that this thing is true right now. And I've received that, and I can say that it is true.
Yeah, you can because you know it.
Yeah, so that's been our show for today. We are at 9:04. If you've tuned in today, this was extremely unscripted because the death of Jesse Jackson threw me for a loop. I've been working this morning with Pastor Linda Parker, helping her learn. She's 80 years old and she's learning Facebook. Mr. Holland, I don't know if you are inside of the Hemet Beat group chat, but with your permission, I'd like to add you there.
Yeah, put me in there.
Let me see if you're already here. All right, let's see here. And then that way we can get to work on let's see here. Get to work on what we're going to do for Tribe and Grit.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to do with that. We got a lot of stuff to do, period. We got a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, so it looks like
Like,
you're in here, but you just haven't been very active.
you sure? I must didn't know I was in there then.
Let's see here. A B C D. Yep, there you are.
EFG.
You're right there. Governor Holness. Tap in, man. Say hello to the group, and then we will be in touch soon. I love you so much.
Hey, love you too. Hey, I'm gonna send you a text
All right,
to
sounds
read.
good.
All right, you have a good one. Take care. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna reach back out to you later on today.
All right, sounds good. Bye bye now.
Later.